All right, so when I was getting started out in real estate, I remember sitting in real estate school hearing a word, a Latin word called caveat emptor. And I'm sure I probably did not pronounce that correctly, but it really means let the buyer beware. I'm gonna talk to you in this video how to avoid real estate scams. All right, in this episode, I'm gonna give you several steps to avoid real estate scams, like, talking with title companies, doing research, and a couple stories as well. So stick around to the very end. It ought to be a little entertaining. All right, first story I wanna talk to you about, first real estate scam I wanna talk to you about. So there's this guy in Florida, his parents go away on vacation, and he's a sharp 25-year-old boy still living at home with his parents in their 1978 mobile home in Land Lakes, Florida. He gets the bright idea that he's gonna sell this mobile home and the land for a total of $100 while his parents are away on vacation. They're vacationing, they don't need this house while they're away. So he pulls it off. He sells his house for $100, and the police arrest this dude because he sold it with all of his parents' possessions, jewelry, knives, firearms, you name it, and sold this mobile home for $100 while his parents are away. Great kid, right? Son of the Year award. So that is a real estate scam. Let me tell you how this dumb buyer that gave this $100 to this boy in Land Lakes, this 25-year-old con artist, he could have avoided that mistake by getting a purchase agreement and bringing it to a title company and actually running the title. They would have known that this young man did not own this house. It was actually his parents who were away on vacation. That is one way to avoid a real estate scam. All right, I got one more story for you. I want to tell you another example. I'm buying this house for about $37,000 in Colorado Springs, Colorado. This is in the time frame of 2016. I am actually mailing postcards at this time to people that are behind on the tax delinquent list. I get a call back from the gentleman. He says, I'll sell it. I want to sell it right away. I'll sell it for $39,000. And my mind is just exploding. I'm like, man, this sounds too good to be true. Where is the catch? Because I knew this house was worth at least $100,000. And this guy has just called me on the phone saying he will sell it to me for $39,000. So I got right on it. I sent a mobile notary out because I'm sitting in Kentucky at this time. I was still stationed in the military. I was doing a mission in Kentucky where we were training cadets that were gonna join the military, and I was in charge of all the operations of moving them, housing them, feeding them. So I had a pretty busy job. So I send my mobile notary with the purchase agreement. This guy signs it, it's notarized. We bring it to the title company, and that's when the red flags came up. Turns out this guy actually didn't own the house. He had a quit claim deed. He was on title with the county. The county showed this guy as the owner, but he wasn't actually the owner. Come to find out, the guy that actually owned it, the property, the house was left to him by his parents who had passed away, and this boy had found himself in and out of jail with drug use problems. Well, this time, his friend, the guy selling me the house that signed the purchase agreement, bailed him out of jail and held him at knife point and had him sign a quitclaim deed, and then he went later on and had that quitclaim deed notarized. So it was an illegal transfer of a house, and the title company caught it. They caught the quitclaim deed, and it clouded the title. So I wasn't able to waste $39,000, and the seller that fraudulently took over the house was not able to buy it. We had a legal issue on our hands at this point. We had a probate issue. We had an issue of this guy forcefully taking a quitclaim deed. All a quitclaim deed is saying that the owner, the real owner, his name was Cody, was now quit claiming his property to his friend that just bailed him out and held him at knife point. So he just quit claiming the property, quit claiming the house. And you probably would too if you had a knife being held at your stomach in the middle of the night after your friend just bailed you out of jail, or your so-called friend. So Cody ends up being in prison in Canyon City, Colorado, one of the maximum penitentiaries out there. So I had to send an attorney into this prison to get all this paperwork filled out. After about 6 or 7 months of this going back and forth, and I've got thousands of dollars into attorney fees, Cody had agreed that he was still going to sell me the house for $39,000 if I could pull this off and if he made some money. So we're getting it kind of finally squared away where Cody and the negligent buyer that held Cody at knife point, I should say, not gunpoint, knife point, they were both going to get paid now. So we're at closing finally happening. The title company made it happen. The attorney made it happen. Lots of money in attorney fees. And I'm like stressed to the bone, but I've probably got about maybe 40 $9,000 into this deal, but the house is worth 100. So I'm still gonna make a pretty payday if I can pull this off. Going back to the real estate scam, once again, we found out there was a third person into this deal, an actual second brother that was also should have been willed some of this property. So we got it all figured out. Luckily with the attorney and the title company, we avoided the entire real estate scam, but these things are happening all the time. If I would have went outside of an attorney and a title company, I would have been scammed out of literally about $39,000 plus, because I would have bought it from the first guy, and I'm not going to mention his name, the first guy that held the knife to Cody to get him to sign it. So that is another real estate scam, and let me tell you about how to avoid these things. All right, I'm going to tell you multiple ways to avoid real estate scams, but before I do, I want you to like this video, and also not just like this video, but smash that subscribe button at the same time. This is your payment today for me showing you all the ways to avoid a real estate scam. It's going to save you a ton of money. All right, let's go. You've hit the subscribe button, you hit the like button. Now let's talk about the first thing, one of the first things to avoid a real estate scam, which was really the title company. The second thing, actually, let's talk about the second thing. Is the owner, is the person that's selling you the property, the real estate, are they the actual true owner? There's a couple ways to check this, and the easiest way is to actually look at the assessor's website. Make sure that, like John and Lisa Jones, if they're both the owners, you're actually sitting there talking to John and Lisa Jones. And it's a good idea to look at their driver's license when you're getting this thing under contract to buy it. Don't be afraid to kind of pussyfoot around this. Like, they should be talking you into buying their property, their house, their real estate, because at the end of the day, you're the buyer, they're the seller. They want to sell it to you, so you need to give them hoops to jump through. Don't be afraid to ask the hard questions. All right, so I talk about, John and Lisa, Mr. and Mrs. being there. I want all owners to be present, all sellers to be present, all decision makers to be present, because that's when you can kind of flesh out these things. Are they actually the true owners, the legal owners? Are both of them there, able to sign for it? Next, going back to the title company, a lot of times the title company will be able to pull up the prior deed. You want to make sure the names match. And whenever the title company transfers this deed from the sellers, the Smiths, to you, you want to make sure that title transfers properly with the deed. So if John and Lisa Smith are selling the house to Brent Bowers, John and Lisa Smith need to sign in that name to transfer it properly to me to stop from breaking any chains of title. Next, you want to know if there's any loans on the property, any liens on the property. Is there a bank, or is there a second mortgage, maybe even a third mortgage? You want to make sure if there's any loans that they're actually getting properly addressed and paid for. This is the biggest way to get scammed out of money in real estate. You could purchase a house and there can be all these loans on it, and you didn't just purchase a house for $100,000. You could have purchased a house for $150,000 because it includes the $50,000 roof that was loaned against the property, or a home equity line of credit, or a lien from a mechanic's lien like a roofer or a plumber, things like that. So you want the title company to make sure they're checking all these things. All right, the next thing the title company is going to check, are there any back taxes? You want to make sure you're paying that year's taxes, but sometimes people don't pay their taxes for multiple years, and this can really get someone into trouble, because, like, for instance, in Colorado, if you don't pay your back taxes for 3 years, it's something called deed eligible. It becomes deed eligible. And the person, the tax lien investor that's been paying those back taxes for those 3 years, can now come after that deed and actually foreclose on that house and take it. So this is one thing the title company will help you out with. They'll make sure all those taxes are caught up. That way you're getting a nice, clean, free title. And then one thing they do, they offer you a title insurance policy that says if we missed anything, this title insurance policy is going to pay for that. And that way it gets your property a clean, no liens, no encumbrances, because that's what you want. You want to rest assured that you're not getting scammed out of your money. All right, so I got a free gift for you. It's one way that's going to help you avoid real estate scams, and that's my due diligence checklist. You can find this due diligence checklist by going below in the description. The link is www.thelandsharks.com/DD as in due diligence. You can check all kinds of items like, is it buildable? Are there any liens on the property? This is in addition to what the title company is already doing for you. So hope this helps. This is my free gift to you. And if you're looking to get started in real estate, as we all know, the real estate market is absolutely exploding. I want you to avoid the mistakes that I made, avoid the real estate scams that I came into. So head on over to thelandsharks.com. That's thelandsharks.com. The link is below in the description, and schedule a call with me and my team. If we feel like we're a good fit and we think we can help you in your real estate journey, I'd be honored to coach you.